5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Bam,
Hey
baby.
everyone, welcome to IFB. It's Interfleet Broadcasting. I'm New York Pete with my buddy, the Tipsy Toaster. Thanks for joining us on our news, pop culture, sci-fi entertainment channel. Full disclosure, we grew up watching 70s and 80s TV and movies, animation, and we bring our unique spin to our little corner of the universe. And everyone needs to know that we are big Battlestar Galactica fans. And hey, it's great to be back. I know I missed the show, and mediocre modeler Kelvin stepped in for us. Thank you for doing that. I appreciate that. I was out filming, and we'll talk
How'd it
about
go?
that later.
Don't keep us in suspense. Tell me, how was it on set?
It was busy. We had Durkan Tulane, a well-known Shakespearean actor who's been in The Librarians and Blacklist and The Walking Dead. The last season of Walking Dead, he had a recurring character. He's done a lot of movies and stuff, and I had a scene with him. It was really great. I played a detective, and it was incredible having someone of his caliber there. Of course, our very own creative producer George Zuvalos is executive producer, directing, writing, and starring in Once a Week for Life, which is a drama revolving around. It's a police drama, and it's really, really good. The talent is off the hook, and we're going to have George Zuvalos come on at a later date and give us an update on what's going on. And we'll talk about the movie. We'll have an associate producer, Brian, who acted with me in one of the scenes, and he'll come on as well. And it was just incredible, man. I'm actually the line producer for the project. It's a feature-length movie, and we put in some long hours. But I got to tell you, the money shots that That's the
awesome.
location, it's just incredible. Oh, as a matter of fact, congratulations to our creative producer George Zuvalos, who just won a Cannes film festival. I don't exactly know what. I don't remember what the actual status was, but one of his projects won something just recently. I mean, he's got basically once a week he's winning, whether it's an Italian film festival or Greek. It's Cannes this time. It's flavor of the day. But I just want to say hello to Chris Marshall and Chris Laskowski from Down Under. Thank you for joining us live, and Jeff Walters and Lola. And, of course, the Iron Warrior, who's our guest, is with us. He's in the green room. And George G., I guess you're not on set. Carl Kohlenschmidt, of course. Carl, thanks for being here. Robert Baum. It's Cannes. Yes, it's the Cannes Festival. And Fran, Super Fan is on. Hey, outstanding. And Mr. Double Indemnity, outstanding. Thanks for joining us, guys. And as you pop up, James McCoy, yes, hello from Indiana, the 13th colony.
I didn't know the 13th colony was Indiana.
Yeah, well, it isn't tonight. I hope you guys got to see our unboxing, just to keep you in a loop on our project, right, Chris?
Yeah, if you missed that out, you got to go over to Tipsy Toaster Productions or go over to the Facebook page for the Lost. Not the Lost Warrior, the Stranded Warrior, our soon-to-be film based on the Lost Warrior. So it's going to be a fan film for Battlestar Galactica. So one of the few. Yes. Nobody's done one hardly, so been a couple out there. So we just want to make sure that we represented. So we always know that fans do the greatest things. I mean, like tonight we have an awesome person that's going to talk to us about his fandom. And the fandoms, all the fans we have out in the field there, out on YouTube and Facebook and Twitch and and everywhere else, Twitter and all those, you are the important pieces. You always are and always will be to us. So that's, because we make the fandom. And then, that's what it is. If somebody writes something and nobody's a fan of it, there usually isn't a big following or a fandom at that point, and there's not stuff that carries on for years and years and years, as some of our greatest loves of shows have done. So,
Absolutely.
how long is? Go ahead.
Mediocre Modeler's on. Evening all.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the Fleet Pete. Thank you, Kelvin, for standing in. Appreciated. Rob Bounce says, try to say Superfan Fran 5 times. Very difficult. Very. Jeff Walters, Red Eye was a killer.
That's right. He would have been the winner of that shootout if it wasn't for the dent in his head. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I doubt it. Anyway, so
and I just I can tell you a couple of when we get to that point later on, we can talk about. I was able to actually get a copy of the script.
Oh, yeah.
So I found some cool things in the script of The Lost Warrior that we hadn't had before.
Oh boy!
So.
And it's a final draft. It's marked as a final draft. So we'll talk.
And there's
about
still
that
changes
later.
in it. Yeah.
Yeah, there still is, but just unbelievable. So we'll talk about that later on, and we're also going to be talking about Man from Atlantis.
Yes.
So there's it's a great show.
Been watching it on Tubi. If you haven't been able to find it, it's free. On Freevee, sorry, Freevee, not Tubi. It's on Freevee.
Good stuff. So it's time to toast the fans.
Yes.
And it's
Can we do all
courtesy
three?
of Super Fan
Fran.
Yes.
Sorry.
And let's bring on.
What do you got? So wait a minute. What do you got? We'll go one by one here. So Pete, what do you got?
I have Buck Tradition Cyborg Brain Juice IPA, and this is from Lexington, Virginia, in the United States.
Closer. There you go.
There we go. Boom. And
That's a red-eyed buck.
Red-eyed cyborg
buck.
There you go. Buck.
That's awesome.
And yeah, there you go.
And let's see. Tonight I have.
Yeah.
To click my own picture. There we go. I went ahead and said, since it's Christmas time or the holiday season, I got Naughty or Nice from the same company.
What the heck is that? Oh, boy.
Naughty or Nice IPA. It's only 7.1% alcohol by volume, unfortunately. So.
That's you're holding out.
And tonight we even have we'll have our guest, and he will also be giving us a. Is he on 3? Yeah, interview 3.
The Iron Warrior.
Iron Warrior. There we go. I had to turn his audio on.
Hello. No, that's fine. That's fine. Not a problem.
So what do you got tonight? Just a regular...
I have Llanllir. It's a Welsh lemonade. Llanllir is a Welsh lemonade, is what I've got. Just not a hard lemonade, but it's just a normal lemonade, but it's called Llanllir lemonade, and I'm drinking it from my pint glass.
Ah.
And is that... Are you actually... You're a streamer, and you broadcast...
Yes, Twitch streamer.
From... Where do you actually broadcast from?
I broadcast from Wales. I'm a Welsh cosplayer. I broadcast from Wales, born and bred. English is my second language. I've been learning English my entire life, so that's hence why I can pronounce Llanllir so fine, because obviously I'm born and bred Welsh, and it's something I've been doing for a while now, is Twitch streaming. But having a lot of American friends too, I've learned a lot of, you've got British English, but then you've got American English, so you have all the different. So I've had to learn different things and different translations. So it's been difficult, but it's been fun and interesting. I have occasionally said some things wrong.
Yep.
But they're fine for us to say, but then they're not. Then they're not quite right for. Obviously, you guys have cigarettes. We call them something else.
Yes.
Yes. So that's why So when I've just been chatting on stream, and I've been chatting to somebody, and I've said "Oh, you've gone for a cigarette." How we would say in the UK, and then people in chat have just been like, "You can't say that on stream."
That's not the right word.
I'm just like. And there's be can't say what, and one of my mods will message me privately and be like, it's because you said what we call cigarettes. We call cigarettes fags. They're fags. They're cigarettes. That's what they are. They're literally
And
that's
then
what they
you
are,
get
and it is
beaten
not
down
a
here.
slur. It is not a slur in any way, shape, or form. But in
I wonder-
America,
I wonder if
that's something completely
No.
Yeah.
different. So it's
I wonder
so
if
bad.
they actually go in later on and like scan these things for words like that. That
Well, that's
you
the
wonder.
thing. That's the
I wonder if they
problem.
would block
That's
somebody for
the
that.
thing with it. But with Twitch, Twitch. I don't think Twitch do that. Twitch are more interested in like music
Right.
and stuff. They'll flag your stream for like
Right.
you know
Copyrighted music.
for copyright music and stuff like that. But I've obviously. There are people on Twitch who have said things that they shouldn't say, and they've been banned for those reasons. But
Yeah.
I don't think I think that they know that we're streaming from the UK, and obviously it's really hard to police like certain words. Like
Yeah.
when I tell someone like oh do you smoke cigarettes or whatever, but obviously we don't call them cigarettes. So it's just interesting.
Yeah.
It's like because again being first language Welsh and having to learn English in the UK and then learning that. And then finding out that different words in the UK mean different things in America, it just throws me off completely. So
Yep.
it's been a challenge. It's been difficult, I can tell you that much. So only rarely I'll say something and people are like, "What do you mean by that particular word?" And I'll be like, "I mean this," and they go, "Oh, because in America it means this," and I'm like, "Oh, that is not what I meant."
Oh boy!
Yeah, I just spent,
This is
yeah.
going to be great.
Yeah, I just
In the
spent
meantime-
3 weeks.
it's real
with,
funny.
Yeah, I spent 3 weeks with 3 guys from England, just this last 2 weeks or a week ago. So
Oh,
they
nice.
were all they threw some words out that I'm like, no, when you're teaching class, you can't say that.
Oh yeah, because that word means something different in the US.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
We were talking about
mad, isn't it?
raccoons, and they call them
Yep.
something else,
Yep.
and
Yep.
and
We
that's
don't call
a
them-
racial slur in the United States. So
Yeah, and in the
Can't
United
say
States,
that.
it's a racial
Exactly.
slur.
Don't go there.
Isn't that? It's just it is interesting though. I tell you what, it isn't like languages. I mean, it is quite interesting when you say something perfectly, and you're just having a normal conversation, and you'll just say something, and then like an American next to you will just go. And you just go like, why are you looking at me like that? And they'll be like, you can't say that. And I'm like, say what? And then you'll figure it out.
yeah.
And you'll figure it out, and then it's and then you just go,
Wow.
oh man. So if I ever go to America, obviously I have to try and think about what I say first. But if things come out, things come out. But then obviously it's not like if I go to the US and start speaking, they're not going to be like, you said that in like a negative way. They'll be like, he's clearly from like the UK. He's clearly from the UK, and that probably means something else. But
Yes, he's a
it's a
madman.
whole.
Yeah. Fran
barrel of-
mentions the word
it's a-
shag.
Yeah, shag as well. You have like shag pile carpeting.
Carpets, yeah.
You have stuff like that. But
Or
then
Shaggy.
a
Yeah,
shag
Shaggy
is
people, yeah.
or Shaggy from Scooby Doo.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, Shaggy here isn't really. Shaggy's also like the singer
Perfect.
and that kind of thing. But
Yeah.
then shag means something else in the UK. But obviously,
Yes.
if you guys were to say it, we wouldn't automatically think what we call it. We would just be like, "Are you referring to the carpeting?" So it is interesting. But I've learned a lot of Americanisms that I use on my stream if I'm interviewing Americans or anything. Especially when I interviewed like my friend Terry, who's from Australia. You learn different things that Australians use, and then it's a whole mishmash of different languages. So having been brought up first language Welsh and not knowing a word of English, and then having to learn UK English through like proper English, or whatever, and then meeting friends, going online, then you have the internet, and then reading things that are obviously like written by Americans, and you just think then, I don't understand this or whatever. Then you have to go and translate it. Then sometimes there aren't translations for it, and it's just
Right.
So
That's
it's been a hard road to learning English in general, whether it be Australian English, like English, Canadian English, and so on and so on. So but it's been fun. It's been fun.
Oh yeah. All right, so we'll go ahead and do our
Let's
toast. You
toast
ready?
to that.
Open up our beers tonight, Pete. Ready?
Ready?
Absolutely.
One,
Two.
I have my glass ready.
3.
Oh yeah. Oh boy. That's
Ooh, ASMR. I like that. Nice bit of ASMR there. That was cool.
Oh yeah.
There we go. Ready?
All right.
I've got
Yeah,
my
hold on.
I've got my
What do you got?
I'm not
silver
going to
spar
drink
glass.
yet, as much as I want to.
Yeah, silver spar glass.
Boba Fett, baby. Boba Fett. All right. Let's do
All
it.
right.
Ready?
Ready?
Go.
Oh, if we're talking about glass, I have a Capel Road glass, which is from it's a cider company. I got the
Pete
glass.
would like
It's just
that
a nice
one.
glass.
Pete
It's
loves
just a nice
cider.
glass. But it's a heavy glass. It's really nice. I love this glass. Really hard,
Love
heavy
me a
glass.
cider.
Oh, you a
Strongbow,
cider man? You a cider
Mangaroo's-
man?
Yes. Oh, love
Cider man, cider
See,
man.
did you just say Strongbow? Did you say Strongbow as a cider? See, we have to talk about that after we toast. We have to talk about that.
All right.
right.
So every week
It is.
we always thank the fans. So it's important that we recognize that it's not just the not the people who are acting, but the people who are behind the scenes, the directors, the prop makers, the cosplayers, the writers, the people who follow and buy the stuff that these people make or make their own stuff because there isn't anything for their fandom. So we always like to say it's important that the fans, and Pete, we always say,
Fans fuel the fleet.
fans
Here's
fuel
to
the
you
fleet.
guys.
Here's to you guys.
Cheers.
You hear that? Cheers.
Oh, this is good. Very good. Strongbow, good stuff. All right. So, Fran, thank you for taking care of our round again. Superfan Fran, and looking forward to seeing and seeing you guys in person at Dragon Con in Atlanta later in 2023. It's one of our it's one of the top 3 science fiction conventions in the United States. So for our guest, the Iron Warrior, you may not be aware of. You've heard of San Diego Comic-Con, New York Comic-Con, and then there's Dragon Con.
Dragon Con is the largest
I've heard,
fan run.
I've heard of a lot of these Comic-Cons because I follow my cosplay hero, Adam Savage. So I follow Adam Savage. He is my cosplay hero. He is like
He's great.
the main man. I love him. My dream is to meet him. I want to meet him one day.
He's great.
Outstanding.
Hey,
Right,
Al's on. Hey, Al said cider. That's Al. I hope you're feeling. I'm going to take a second here and say I hope you're feeling better, buddy. I'm glad you're doing good. He had a.
Hope you're feeling well. Yeah.
We had a scare with him the other day, so it's he's up and running again. Looks like so. It's good to have
better.
him
And
on.
our own John 1 is a little bit under the weather, so John, get better. I know you're going to watch this later on. And welcome everyone to the show. Tonight we have a special guest, the Iron Warrior, who is a streamer, content creator, and he dedicates himself to Warhammer 40K cosplaying, amongst other things.
Indeed.
And we're gonna talk about
Warhammer
that. He's a
cosplay
gamer.
for the win.
Oh yeah. So excellent. Welcome to the show. Thank you for taking the time out.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. It is 20 past 1 in the morning currently here in the UK.
Boy.
So it is the 23rd today.
Munchie 2011.
You're living in the future.
That's right. There's
I
science
am
fiction right
indeed.
there.
I am in the future. Yeah, right now I'm here. I'm in the future.
You got my Welsh boy, says Munchie 2011.
Is that Munchie? Oh, Munchie! I love Munchie. How you doing, dude? Munchie is one of my boys from my Discord and from my Twitch streams. Munchie is a legend.
Yep.
Much
Mr. Double
love to
Identity
Munchie.
says Iron Warrior is what got me into space marine cosplay. I love this guy.
I love
go.
that. I love that, dude.
Outstanding.
All the guys are coming along. I'm loving it. I'm so happy.
I love it. Thank
This
you
is
guys for
great.
joining us. You're in good company. You probably don't know that I happen to be a Warhammer 40K fan from the beginning when they first introduced the Space Marine into Talisman. Iron Warrior was a board game. I'm not sure if you remember that.
I've heard of Talisman. I don't remember it, but I have heard of Talisman. And
Yes,
read up
I
on it.
played. That's how we found out who the world of Warhammer came out of that, and it was a little paper figure, a Space Marine, and then they added on. There was an add-on to the game, and then slowly from there they started writing stories, and then the figures came out, and then so I've been in this from the beginning. A major fan. I haven't played as much as you have. We talked about this before we came on.
Yes.
I mean, You're man, incredible stuff, and your cosplay is off the hook. Now, you are aware that we do cosplay of Warhammer here in the States, but you
Yes.
guys obviously, you got a special nod when it
Well,
comes to all that.
I know. I probably know about 20 or 30 different Space Marine or Warhammer cosplayers in the US. I have probably, I'm quite proud to say this, I've helped birth a lot of Space Marines. What happens is people would message me on my cosplay page and ask me, how did you do it? How did you do this? And I have a thing I've typed out, and it has all the information on it. And all that information I will paste over with links and everything for that person, and then they can use those links and actually put together the files and get everything printed out so they can actually build a Space Marine. And I have so many people that like my friend Chris from Norway. I've been helping him recently. He's just completed his very own Iron Warrior Space Marine. So he's in Norway, so he has his own now. He's a very big contributor to my streams and stuff. He's an absolute legend. Absolutely much love to him. But honestly, I probably helped birth quite a few Space Marines without actually being there. But I have done a lot of online stuff with a lot of people, and I've also in the actual UK itself, I've gone and made patterns and cut things out and sent things to people to add to their cosplays and stuff. So that's always fun because I'm a prop maker as well. I don't do prop making sort of professionally, but I do prop making through a different page, not the Iron Warrior cosplay page. I do it through a different page that I run with my friend Holly, who is a seamstress. She does a lot of amazing cosplays, and she's fantastic with a sewing machine and a needle. She is incredible with that kind of stuff. I couldn't even dream about doing that. But when it comes to foam, that's
Your expertise.
That's my domain. That's my domain.
That's go ahead, Pete.
Mr. Double Indemnity says, "Praise be unto you all. Iron Warrior will know who this is." Well, I gave it away.
Where are we? Which chat is that? Because I have the Facebook chat and the YouTube chat up.
Oh, it's up on the YouTube. I got all of them coming on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Especially that Iron Warrior is a champ. I had a question for you. It's a good time to help out.
Feel these guys need a toaster
Yes.
mechanicus.
Yes.
Yes, we do.
Oh my god.
Love it.
Mr. Double, how are you doing, my friend? How are you doing, Mr. Double?
How many of
I
you
love it.
out there
Everyone's here.
picked this up? I'm wondering. We had a bit of a chat over this. Here in the States in New York, I picked this baby up, and it's complete. Warriors of the Emperor, which we actually went over this on the previous show, but since the Iron Warrior is here, I wanted to share that. And I also know and have this, right? The Dark Galaxy. This is the actual trading cards that have come out, and I'm going to work my way through that. But I wanted to also, I showed this to the Iron Warrior earlier, all right? The chapter that is his, of course, nemesis. Right,
The
Imperial Fist.
or as I like to call them, the limp Imperial fists, because they are just weak. They are weak and they are limp. They are a terrible. They're yellow bellies. I learned that. That's an Americanism. I learned they're yellow bellies.
Yep.
Look how big this is. Number 111 of 5,000 came out about 20 years ago. I own several of these. They came out different chapters. And I picked up a bunch of these, and it was on sale when they had. There's the store that went out of business, and I went in, I swooped in, and I picked that up. Oh, there's yours.
This is me as a mini. This is a friend of mine, the voice of Kosh on Twitter. She made me a mini of myself. And it has
so cool.
The detail. I'm sorry that my camera isn't focusing very well. It turns out it doesn't have autofocus, but it has all the details of my Iron Warrior, including the power shovel on the back. Can you guys see the little power shovel on the back? My friend David Ross made me that little power shovel on the back. And my friend Voice of Kosh made me this. This was the first version of me as a mini-me. So you could say I can now play with myself, but... This is a
Outstanding.
mini of me in my Space Marine, but since then I've
and here's
gained
the-
5 more, so I have 6 total of myself.
You
So
know,
that's quite.
And this is
quite
the
Iron
this is the
Warrior.
cosplay here, right? This is
that is.
That is, there you go.
Chaos
There it is.
Marine,
That is my Iron Warrior Space Marine. He is Chaos Undivided,
Yes.
and he is my pride and joy.
wow.
Well,
He is my
Alfred
pride and
Cannon
joy.
says Joy Toy made action figures. Yes, they did. I have a few of them. I have 5.
Joy Toy did indeed.
Yes, and that's something that you're going to have to break down and get some of them because they are just incredible. And I know they're working their way into Chaos Marines, and they're also doing Orcs. And they're
Yes.
beautiful. The figures are just tremendous. The other thing we need to quickly bring up is the fact that after decades, and just how many years of wanting a movie, it's about time. Henry Cavill has
Well,
stepped up.
no movie yet, but a TV series from Amazon with Games Workshop and Henry Cavill as executive producer. That is going to be the most incredible thing. I've sent you a link, Chris, of the mini me, so you can get a better picture of it. That is the miniature of myself that my friend Voice of Kosh made on Twitter. And she hand cut a lot of the panels and stuff because you can't get some of the parts that I made. All the chains on that model you see are actual metal necklace chains, so the actual little tiny chains. And it is a stunning bit of model making that she did. It's absolutely incredible. It's such a beautiful piece.
Well, I can hardly wait now to see some of your work out there at some of the cosplayers, because you finished up some chain swords that I noticed you had up, and
Yeah,
you do make your own pieces.
That was quite recently. Yeah, that was quite recently. What I did was I wanted to make a really simple and easy pattern that I could laser cut out on my laser and build so that people can have their own chainswords, human scale chainswords, not Space Marine scale chainswords, but human scale chainswords, so that they can fully paint and customize their own versions. So what I did was I started off by making the file, getting them all cut out, and then what I did was I built 2. So once I built 2, I got them all done, and they immediately sold within 2 weeks. I've actually sent Chris a link to show you. Actually, hold on. I'll send you. I'll do you one better. There you go. I'll send Chris a link so that he can show the actual cutting. So those are the pieces that are going to be showing on screen now. That's 4 chainswords set on my table, ready to be assembled.
Oh wow!
As you can see, I label everything. I get all the parts ready. I have all the cups you see there have 20 chainsword teeth inside each cup. So all the chainswords are identical. They're human scale. They are solid foam props, but they have a wooden dowel inside them, so that they're con safe. They're not LARP safe, but they're con safe. So I built 2. They sold within 2 weeks. Then I built an additional 3, and they sold again very, very quickly. 2 have gone to Canada. 1 has gone to Brighton. 1 has gone to near Somerset, and the other has gone to a friend of mine, Michael. The mold you see on screen there, that red mold that I used to cast for parts for the chainswords, was made by Evil Ted Smith. I don't know if you guys know who Evil Ted Smith is. He's an incredible cosplayer, prop maker. I actually interviewed him on my Twitch stream. That is my laser cutter. That is my 1 meter by 1 meter square laser cutter called Laserface, dubbed by my incredible community. he is called Laserface. And he does all the cutting and the engraving and the detailing. I used to do all by hand. Now with technology and lasers, this is about as sci-fi as you can get with lasers.
Oh, absolutely.
I can now cut parts and stuff out for people. If they so wish, I can send things off to people if they ever want them. But as of late, I actually created my very own Death Corps of Krieg cosplay.
Oh, it's
thanks to my best friend Ranger of Krieg cosplay, who is an incredible Death Krieg Commissar cosplayer. if it wasn't for all of his help, I wouldn't have been able to make such a nice looking Deathcore of Krieg cosplay. And if it wasn't for him giving me all the measurements and the lore and the backstory and stuff like that, I wouldn't have gotten into it as hard as I did. Well, as of 2 months ago now, I think I actually made a pattern on Etsy, and I'm selling it now on Etsy, so people can make their own Deathcore of Krieg gas masks. I just sent Chris the link there so he can have a look at the gas masks, because I made a gas mask from a screenshot of a rough sketch that a friend of mine called Yanovich made. Some of you in the Warhammer community will know who Yanovich is. He's an amazing cosplayer, but not only that, he makes some amazing animations and stuff on YouTube. I made a pattern using his rough drawings and improved it and made it a laser file. So what I've done instead is I've made it now into a paper template so that you don't have to own a laser to cut one out. I've already had people send me their completed Krieg gas masks, being like, this is what I was able to make from your pattern. And
that's cool.
It brings me such joy. It brings me so much joy. This is a chap called Connor. I've just sent Chris a link. There's also a chap called Connor Hovarth, I think that's how you say it. He made his own Krieg gas mask using my patterns. And the gas mask innards, the actual hardware, if you will, is a Soviet era GP5 gas mask. So a real gas mask, hose connector at the front, real gas mask lenses, everything is real, except for the actual panels and the chin piece. It's all 5mm EVA foam. So the image you saw earlier of the two gas masks sat on my desk, I've shown people that image, and people still get shocked at the fact that I painted the EVA foam to look like leather because I didn't want to use real leather. It's just cheaper to use 5mm EVA foam than it is to use actual leather. So that makes me incredibly happy. So as you can see, he followed my tutorial, because I made a YouTube tutorial which took 6 hours to create and about 2 hours to edit, and then I finally uploaded it, and it has been watched so many times already. It makes me incredibly happy. But since I made my Deathcore of Krieg cosplay, all I've been asked online is, how did you make your cosplay? Like, how did you make your cosplay? Like, that's the one question I get asked all the time. So I made a video called Krieg 101 by Iron Warrior Cosplay. I made that video 3 months ago, and it has over 2.3k views. That is an hour-long video explaining to people in great detail where to get certain things, how to weather certain things, what equipment you need, all the bits and bobs from my own personal cosplay, so that you yourself can go out there and get your own stuff and make your own stuff. As you can see on screen there as well, I made... There's two gas mask videos. The gas mask video I did explaining how I made my gas mask, but then people wanted an actual tutorial. So once I made the pattern and was selling it on Etsy, before I posted it to Etsy, I made the tutorial video, and that's the one of me quite happily holding two Krieg gas masks, one in each hand. That is the actual Krieg gas mask tutorial that you can follow along with using my patterns. So it's just really cool to see that, like, you know, so many thousands of people have watched my videos and then have gone to other videos on my channel and have, like, slowly but surely built, you know, their own Krieg cosplay thanks to that. And it makes me very, very happy. It's same with the Space Marines. When the Space Marines message me and come to me and be like, oh, yeah, you know, this is my Space Marine. I built him, and, like, here he is, you know. My favorite thing is they seem to come to me and they're like, you know, I get that vibe of, are you proud? I made this. Are you proud? And it's just, and it makes me feel very, very good.
It's great that, you know, I think that, you know, we always like to say, fans fuel the fleet, and you are fueling the fandom. Just like a lot of other people are.
So.
Yeah,
I like to think so.
It's a great thing that you're doing.
But what's great about that is you saying, like, with, like, if I'm fueling fandom, the fandom also fuels me, because if it wasn't for the fandom watching my videos, supporting me. Buying my merch, for example. Buying my merch.
Nice.
I made some merch. My friend Richard Burge, who is shooting cosplayers, he is an incredible photographer. He edited this design, and I asked him if I could make T-shirts from it. He wanted nothing in return. He just said, make T-shirts from it, use that money to support your channel. And I've used that money to get better equipment, to, my stream, for example. My community came together and helped me out with a GoFundMe that I made. They came and helped me out. I wouldn't have the stream equipment that I have now. It's incredible. It's incredible. And, so fueling the fandom by doing these videos and stuff like that is great, but getting such amazing feedback back from the community just makes it all worthwhile. Just having that support from the community. I've just recently hit just over 600 followers on my Twitch. I'm now back to streaming, but my biggest achievement of the past 2 years, I'd say, is hitting just over 57,000 followers on TikTok. That's my biggest achievement of the past 2 years, is hitting that goal. I didn't expect it, because when I started, I reached 10K on TikTok, and I was over the moon. I was telling people, hey, look, I've reached 10K. Thank you so much. I'm really, really happy with it. And then overnight, I uploaded a few videos, and they got a couple of million views, and then boom, I hit 57K overnight, and it was so much fun. The most viewed video I've got right now, I think, there's one of me kicking the Emperor of Mankind in my Iron Warrior Space Marine. That's got 1.4 million views. That was an incredibly fun one. That was a fun day when you just get to kick the Emperor of Mankind. And then there's a video of me walking through MCM London in my Deathcore of Krieg cosplay, and that got 6.5 million views. I could not believe it. It blew my mind. It absolutely blew my mind. There it is. And if you watch a little bit, actually keep watching for a sec. A guy randomly gets up and salutes me because he knew I was a Deathcore of Krieg. Here he is. He gets up, comes over, salutes me, so I salute back. Just keep walking.
Outstanding.
Because when you get into the cosplay, you sort of have to. You don't have to, but I like to put on a character. So when I'm in my Deathcore of Krieg, I try to stay mute, because Deathcore of Krieg don't really talk much through their, they communicate within their gas masks to other people. They can speak, but they communicate within their gas masks. Obviously, they communicate via, audio and stuff. But the actual speaking outwards and stuff, they don't really do. They don't take the gas masks off or anything. I tell you what, I did get a lot of flack though for saluting with my left hand. The only reason.
Fans are unforgiving.
You have no idea. The whole reason my comments are turned off on all my Krieg videos on TikTok, I got a lot of hate for being a Deathcore of Krieg because of the way they look.
Right.
The Deathcore of Krieg, if you are a Warhammer fan and you've read the lore and stuff like that, the Deathcore of Krieg are based off French, the French uniform from World War One. But people seem to vary over to the whole, you kind of look like a Nazi, and then it just gets, then stuff gets then that's when I try not to swear too much, but that's when shit flies off the handle. That's when it gets really bad.
Oh boy.
So most of my Deathcore of Krieg videos, the comments have been disabled because of just the stupidity of people on the internet, so I decided to just leave that. Every other video has the comments turned on, which is fine. But walking through MCM London. Oh yeah, watch this one. I scare the bejesus out of the girl filming. I just walk up to her. She panics. If you had the audio unmuted, she panics when I get right up to the camera. It's hard to show, but in the Space Marine, I'm 7 feet tall. I'm 6'2" when I'm not wearing the cosplay. When I'm in the cosplay, I'm 7 feet tall. And it is a lot of fun. That's me rolling a dice. Cool. That was my first ever video on TikTok. From that is actually at Games Workshop headquarters in Nottingham. That's where all the models get made. That is at a Warhammer event, an open day they did at Warhammer World in Nottingham in England. And
Were you invited,
as
or did you?
yes, they invite us all as cosplay guests. We're a big group of cosplayers called Funhammer, the Funhammer cosplay group, and
Okay.
they invite us to a lot of their events, mostly as entertainment. So we get free entry, which is nice, which is very, very nice. We get a green room to keep all our stuff, and we get to walk around the event and have fun. Here's me kicking the Emperor of Mankind. This was the most viewed video before the Krieg, and then I run away.
Of course, you ran away.
The run, by the way, the people seem to think that that's how I run in my Space Marine. That was me doing a kick and a comical run away. Like, see how I'm just like stomping and running away. My favorite thing ever was I walk quite slowly in my Space Marine to make it look intimidating, and it works really, really well. But when we'll be like walking the comm floor, so I'll be walking very intimidating, walking slowly and stomping, and my suit makes noises and has audio when I walk. I'll be walking along. Works really well. But then, if we're done for the day and we're heading back to the green room, we'll turn all the audio off. My friend Harry and Spotter and Deathcore of Krieg, my best friend, he'll take my helmet off, and we'll just walk to the green room, and I'll just walk normally, and people absolutely lose it. They're like, "Oh my god, he can move quickly!" And it's quite funny. That video there's just me walking. That's just me walking a normal pace. So I just grab the hammer, put it down to one side, and I just start walking.
Oh, that's cool.
And
That's really cool.
People they have trouble with the fact that I can move so quickly in the suit, and it does make me laugh. I can't quite run in it, but I can move pretty quickly in it if I want to. The video next to that one you just showed, there's a video of me walking the kill team tables at an event in my Deathcore Krieg. So all the tables are playing the tabletop, what's it called, the Kill Team box set of Krieg versus Orcs.
That's really
and
new, yeah.
There's me just walking by, sort of keeping an eye on the Krieg, making sure they stay in line.
Mediocre Modeler, I want to bring this up. He said, and it goes to a comment we made earlier, Iron Warrior, it's Evil Ted is the man. Bill Doran is a great phone guy as well. Adam Savage, Ted and Warren, the Holy Cosplay Trilogy. And
Bill Duran from Punished Props, Adam Savage. I also like. I've had Evil Ted on my stream. I've interviewed him. I haven't interviewed Bill Duran. I would love to. I'd love to have Adam Savage on my stream. Don't even. But I have interviewed. I've interviewed Odin Makes. Odin Makes has been on my stream. For those of you who know, if you're big into Warhammer, I've actually had the legend himself, Mr. Two Thin Coats, Duncan Rhodes. I've had Duncan Rhodes on my stream. I've interviewed him. Because I do, on my Twitch streams, you see, I do these things called the Iron Warrior Cosplay Q&A. And I do them in seasons. And season 1 to 4 currently. Season 5 is coming next year in the new year, 2023. Season 5 is coming out. And so much more new segments is coming out. I've got Who Wants to Be the Biggest Nerd. It's a Who Wants to Be a Millionaire spoof. I've also got the Joy of Chaos streams that I do, where I invite guests on to just have a chill out, have a drink, paint some models, chill out. It's really nice. That's a Joy of Chaos. That's like a Bob Ross, the Joy of Painting. That's like a spoof on the Joy of Painting. The actual image, the image I use for that is Bob Ross like painting a canvas, looking all really nice, and I've put my Iron Warrior Space Marine helmet over his head. And the image he's painting is a Chaos Space Marine, and his paintbrush is dripping with blood. So it's you got to make things chaosy when you can. You got to make things chaosy. It's spicy.
Of course. Not everybody loves
the
chaos.
Munchie said it right. The happy little Iron Warriors.
There you go. Carl says when they wear their Cylon Centurion armor, they walk slow due to the lack of vision, so we don't kick children or garbage cans.
I have a spotter. My spotter is as I said, is my best friend, Ranger of Krieg Cosplay. He is my absolute best friend. He is my spotter. But sadly, when I've had a spotter in the past who was distracted by somebody, I was filming. Someone had moved away from me from a distance and was like, "I want you to walk towards the camera as quick as you can in a menacing way, and I'll like pan the camera up to your helmet." And I was like, "Yeah, cool, no worries, yeah." My spotter was behind me. I'm like, "I'm just going to do this." He was like, "Yeah, no worries." He was chatting to somebody. And I walk along, and I can see through the grill a little bit. I can see through the sort of almost like the Cylon style, just visor that I've got.
Yeah.
And I'm walking along, and a small child ran in front of me, and I booted that child across the room. And I cannot tell you, that story gets funnier every time I tell it, but I had no intention of kicking the kid. I actually had no intent. I couldn't see. The mother came over, the mother picks up the kid, looks up at this 7-foot tall space marine, like with the helmet. There's me shouting, "I'm so sorry." She's like, "It's okay." Just like ran away. It was so funny. That's what
awesome.
started. That's what started. I have a bolter, the first bolter I ever made for my space marine. And people ask me, "Why have you got Sharpie like tally marks on the side of your bolter?"
Oh no!
And I said that for every time I would go to a new convention, if I made a child cry, not on purpose, but if I made a child cry, we would put a tally mark on it. And it was so funny. We stopped eventually, because what would happen is, like, you'd get dads who are into Warhammer, and they're like, "There's a space marine," and they'll have their son, and they'll be like, I want my son to meet the space marine. So they'll bring their son up to the space marine. They go, "Look, this is my son." They'd like hand the kid over, like, "Look, it's this," and then there's just this space marine, and the kid would just burst into tears, like this horrible, scary, like
awesome.
space marine, and oh my god! So we would just put a tally mark on the gun and be like, "Yep, there's another one. There you go. Just another tally mark on the gun." I was like, "Wait, we got 4. 5. There you go.
There's
Okay, cool."
Oh, that's awesome. So
There's a fair few, and
we appreciate you coming on and telling us all about, you know, what Warhammer is about in terms of cosplaying, and you're like a central power. You know, you're like it seems like you're doing the right thing for everybody. We really appreciate that. And that's something
I really,
you know, we have a bond for that. You know, it's not everybody that takes on, you know, our fandoms like you do, and you're creating content, you're sharing. There's just the opposite, right? There are a lot of gatekeepers and everything in all parts of the world. So yeah.
So
we appreciate
gatekeeping is not something I do. I just saw Munchie has mentioned the hype train. You know. Do you guys have, because you guys run on multi-stream, but on Twitch, you can get subscribers, so people can pay to subscribe to your channel, so they support you that way. I have, on Twitch, I don't know if you guys know Twitch very well, but when you get so many subscribers, like in like a short period of time, or a lot of bits in a short period of time, something called a hype train will happen, and it's Twitch's way of trying to hype up your chat so that they you know, gift more subscribers, or they'll give more bits or something. It's quite a fun thing. So what I decided to do was I've made a video, and it's my hype train video, and it's this janky, really hilariously poorly edited. It's meant to be just poorly edited and funny, and I debuted it on my first stream back. I went back to streaming in November. I came back after my hiatus, and my friends just jumped on stream and were just like, "Here you go, here's all the subscriptions, here's all the bits and everything," and just the hype train immediately started. We almost got to level 5. We got very deep into level 4, and I said, "Well, you know," I was telling my mods, I have to play the new hype train video," and they were like, "Oh, people aren't ready for this." I played the hype train video, and it has become the funniest thing. People absolutely love it. To now, if I even mention the word train, we have Chris will do it, Munchie, Zug, a bunch of people in my chat. They'll just be like, "Oh, cool," and they'll just start gifting subscribers to my channel just to get a hype train, just so they can watch the video. And it is it's becoming a meme in my community, and it's yeah. He said the word Munchie there, and Mr. Double. Is just like, he said the word, he did the thing, and that's what happens.
That is,
and when
so
that
cool.
happens, the video gets played, and it is just bedlam. It is absolute bedlam, and it's so much fun.
We love it.
It's
we
so
love
much
it,
fun.
and we love the fact that you took the time out. There's a major time difference. We've had issues with, unfortunately, other guests and the time thing, but you are a warrior in and of yourself, and a
Happy to be
a great guy to have on the show. We really appreciate you taking the time. The Iron Warrior, Chris, I think you hopefully you're getting some of this through osmosis, and eventually will turn you into a Warhammer fan.
I don't
Oh
know.
yeah.
Although I am,
We'll get you there.
I'm hitting follow right now. So. Okay.
Oh, I really appreciate that. I really do appreciate that. That really means
The
a
Iron
lot.
Warrior, thank you so much for stopping in on IFB and bringing a
Hey,
little Warhammer.
not a problem at all. I am more than I could carry on. I could go as long as you need. I could
Yep.
talk about Warhammer until the cows come home.
You back. We will have you back. This is an open door for you. Thank you so much.
Yep.
Really appreciate it.
we
I'll have to
enjoyed-
have you guys on for season 5 or season 6 because I have a feeling they're going to want a season 6 because I was going to finish at season 4, but they wanted season 5, so might as well make it 10 seasons at this rate.
That's it.
Might as well
Pop
carry
in,
on.
no problem.
And
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, so you're
It's been an
let's
honor. Thank you so much.
reach out and talk about your location. So you're on Facebook. And
I am. Oh yeah, do you have my you have my link tree? If you want to post my
Yes.
link tree, I'm more than welcome to throw
I
that
think I
into the
can do
chat.
I'll throw that
If
into
you
the
want,
chat.
I'm more than happy to do it as well. I can do it as
Yeah.
well if you like. I do not mind. I have multiple monitors. I'm here, there, and everywhere. I can just throw
Outstanding.
stuff in.
Outstanding.
But yeah, my link tree has everything. Has everything in it. If you guys actually have if you guys want to catch up on my streams that I've done in since November of this year, since I came back, you can check those out on YouTube in what I call my stream vault. And my stream vault is basically the VODs, unedited, undoctored from Twitch. I download them immediately, upload them straight to YouTube, so they're there forever. So if you missed a stream and you want to go back and watch it, they'll be on YouTube forever. So you guys can jump on there and have a look at that.
Linktree is up.
Thank you
and
so
we
much.
just put it
Really
out.
appreciate that.
Thank you, and happy holidays. Have a
Yes, Merry
great-
Christmas, Happy Holidays to you guys. Hope you have an amazing time.
Oh, yes, and then this is to you. I mean, we always like to say fans feel a fleet, and sir, you are fueling a heck of a fleet there, buddy.
Oh, outstanding!
Oh
Absolutely.
yeah, the one. Yeah, I'm really happy. I'm really happy. So that made me feel very good. Thank you so
You're
much.
amazing.
I try my best.
The Iron Warrior guys, thank you very, very much. And again, you're taking the time out, and it was a tremendous time difference. And we appreciate all of it. And from one Warhammer fan to another, may you have a peaceful holiday season, and hope to see you again soon.
Absolutely. I hope to be back on soon. Not
Oh.
a problem at all.
Outstanding.
Take care.
No worries.
Oh man, see, Chris, there's a lot of elements to the Warhammer, man. Lot of coolness, bro.
I don't know, man. I listened to that
Military
first book that you sent me, and I
right, we
felt
gotta get you into
the problem I think I had with it was I felt like I didn't know enough
Yeah.
to understand the book. It was like
Mm-hmm.
I needed to I needed a study guide, or I needed to maybe play Warhammer a long time ago. But I just felt like I was I was clueless. They were
Lost
they
in
were
that
talking
world.
specific things, and I'm like, I don't know
Yeah.
anything about this.
Yeah, yeah. We're gonna try again. We'll try to find another one. Maybe we'll put out some a request for recommendations to get you started again. We'll jumpstart you back into Warhammer 40K is the ultimate in military sci-fi. It's just incredible stuff. And thank you, Iron Warrior, for the Iron Warrior for coming on. A cosplay aficionado doing Warhammer stuff, and his streams and all that, which is really, really cool. I'm
Munchie
glad-
says play a few computer games. Did they have computer games for Warhammer?
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. That's a good one. Thank you, Munchie. That's a good one.
Which ones? Where?
Oh, there's a bunch, man. We'll get on that. We can do that.
Like,
Try to get you
I
into.
mean, does it have a PlayStation, or what are we talking? Xbox?
yeah.
Or
There's all kinds of stuff.
online
Dawn of War. Yeah, Dawn of War,
classes?
Dawn of War is good. You can get into that and you can start
PC?
playing.
No, I can do PC games.
Okay, cool. Yeah, they got them. Yeah, there's
Any
PC.
VR games? I wonder if they have
Any
a
what?
VR game. I love VR games.
VR virtual reality. I don't know about that, but yeah, Dawn of War 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's Space Marine as well. Yeah, those are good stuff, man. And of course, there's the book tie-ins that you could then read into, and then that'll open up the
That'll
entire
open it up.
universe.
Yeah,
PS2,
I'll see if I can play.
Xbox, Yeah, no virtual reality yet. Not yet, but yeah. It's all good. Um, so we are going to talk about the man from Atlantis,
All
and
right, so
we're
this
going
segment
to
is, what are we calling it again?
well,
This is something new.
we
Uh,
yeah. We
pop
decided
culture.
we decided that we were going to actually every week we were going to do our best to make sure that we hit on
Right.
our favorite shows from back in the day, 70s, 80s, things that we grew up with. And so we're the man from Atlantis is our probing pop culture TV with IFB
Thank you.
is our
That's
little
those.
tag.
That's what I was looking for.
And so there it is. And we've done a couple of shows now. We've been we've done a few, which is kind of cool. And we're going to continue that. I think we're having a good time just talking about it. And I think a lot of you guys out there did watch The Man from Atlantis. There wasn't a lot of episodes though, Chris. I was going back and doing some research because I remember watching it on TV growing up, and I was surprised that it had like basically debuted in 1977, right? I think it was
Right.
September
Yep.
10th, 1977.
Nope.
Uh,
22nd. I just pulled up the
22nd.
Wikipedia page. I'm cheating.
Well, according oh, well, yeah, NBC September 22. That's right. You know what? You're right. Thank you. I was looking at the
So this is pre
post.
Battlestar.
Yeah, you need to come up on. Are you up on? Are you?
I'm here.
There you go.
I'm here.
So
I just
you
didn't
know,
want
Chris-
people seeing me do this number.
no. The thing is that I was looking at the page that we used on our ad, which is from the TV Guide.
Right.
And at the very bottom, it had the actual date that the TV Guide came out, and so that was a mistake. I should have been looking at the debut, which was in the article. It says NBC September 22, so of
Yeah.
77.
And we're
Should-
talking. So they had movies. There were television movies. So there was 4 television movies, and I watched the first one, and I watched the second one, and then I started watching the series today. I also introduced my son-in-law to Hobo with a Shotgun that we talked about last
boy.
week.
Oh
We-
boy!
we
Oh
went
my
on-
God!
A mediocre modeler and I went on a caffeine-fueled squirrel hunt
Oh,
last
It was
week,
brutal,
talking about
man.
bad movies, and
Brutal.
that was one of the movies. So
Yeah.
he was like, "What?" I said, "Yeah, you got to watch Hobo with a Shotgun."
yeah,
So,
yeah.
anyways, I'm jumping.
However-
I'm chasing a squirrel again. But back to where we were at.
Back to
So
the
yeah,
man from
so
the
Man from Atlantis. I watched a couple of episodes of that already, and and it's available if you haven't seen the post I put out. You can see this for free on it's Freevee or Freevee. So if you have
okay.
Amazon,
Epic Squirrels
yeah.
Hunt. Yeah.
yeah, free. We had a free. If you go to Freevee, you can actually watch all of the episodes as well as the movies. And I thought, the first movie was really good. I like The Man from Atlantis quite a bit. And this was back when Patrick Duffy was not a big star, like when he
Yeah.
went over to Dynasty, Dallas.
Dallas, I think. It was Dallas.
Yeah,
'Cause
Dallas
that's
was
what
his
Paul
big.
Rodder
yeah,
told us. Yeah.
It's his big. It was his big debut.
Thanks for
so-
tuning in, by the way, Commander Kane.
Yeah, so I think, and then, I hate to say it, but he's pretty buff in The Man from Atlantis. He's been working out. He's got the 6-pack. He's in
yeah.
good shape, and
Yeah.
I can't get over. I'd love to find. There's probably I got to go find it. Maybe there's
Yeah.
probably a making of some of
There's
this
gotta
stuff
be. There's
because
gotta be.
all of the underwater scenes that they're shot in the films are
Yes.
are amazing. I mean, there's some model pieces. Yeah, and once again, you have to remember this is 1977. This is before CGI was something that hey, I could go put CGI on my iPhone and whatever. So this was a lot of work to create something like this. And I think the series only went like 13 episodes.
Yeah.
So, I wonder, and I don't know why it got canceled. My guess is because of probably the cost, because it was a lot of work to do the things that they did in there. I mean, some of the, and then even I give Patrick Duffy a shot because he's underwater acting.
Yes, he is.
So they're actually filming him underwater, and he's got contact lenses in his eyes that change his eye color, and he's got the weird glove things on his hands, and he's swimming around in the water, and they're filming all of this, and I'm like, the coordination, the things that they had to do to get something like that, it's just got to be tremendous. I mean, just imagine the film. You have underwater cameramen, you have underwater cameras, you have, and this is '77, so this isn't something like nowadays. You just hey, my iPhone goes so many feet underwater, or whatever else.
GoPro goes in.
GoPros or whatever else. I mean,
Yeah.
So this was, I think it was a really, if you watch it, and you're like, oh, it's corny. You have to realize, for its time, it was cutting edge. Just like Battlestar Galactica and our favorites.
Yeah.
It's cutting edge. It's new things that they had to invent. What problems they had to overcome. So there has to be maybe a making of out there. I have to go find it, or maybe it's on a disc set or something, and I'm going to have to find that because I would really love to hear what the challenges they faced to make this.
Oh, there must have been a lot. One of our other guests was also on the Man from Atlantis.
Who's that?
Marnene.
Oh, that's right. She was.
Yes.
Yes, she. Actually, one of the. If we go back, I could go back and find it, but we did an interview with her a while back, and we actually played. She had some of the shots where she actually dove off the bridge, and that was in. I found that scene in the movie is called It's in the Death Scouts, where they both dive off the bridge into the water, and that's in the Death Scouts, and that was. She talked about doing that one, and that's cool.
Yep. Yeah, it's really cool.
I saw the clip, but I never saw the show, and then finally today I watched the Death Scouts, and it was there. So I was like, I know that one. Yeah.
Carl says, love the scenes that he was swimming like a dolphin, which was one of
the
things original to him was that. Yeah.
And you're talking, he's doing that underwater, so I wonder how. I mean, he's holding his breath too. I mean, he's got to be. I mean,
it's cool.
He had to be athletic to do what he was doing.
Paul came up with a little factoid. By the way, up for the 1979 People's Choice Awards for Best New Drama was Vegas, Dallas, and Battlestar Galactica, and Battlestar won. And I remember because I watched it. I was watching it, and I was beside myself. So cool.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, I'm partway through number 2, The Mudworm, this afternoon. So that was a good one.
Oh yeah, no, good stuff. I remember. I don't know. I have vivid memories of watching Man from Atlantis as a kid, and just parts of it. But I didn't realize. It was like you'd mentioned, 4 movies, but only like 13 episodes. It didn't really make the entire season. Or that was the season that they had. They didn't have much more and never went too far. So it was interesting. Like I said, I remember seeing it on TV. It was out there. Not that big of a fan. Take it or leave it. It was just another show. And I did watch it. I did watch it, and I know I watched at least one of those 4 movies and some of the episodes, but in passing. I wasn't a huge fan of it, but everybody, back then, had something to say. I mean, like, it's a Man from Atlantis. Everybody would say something, and it was always, a kid thing. And the audience, the target audience, supposedly is what killed it, right? It was for a younger audience, and I think the time slot didn't really work right and kind of messed it up.
I don't know. I guess you could call it for a younger audience. I was watching it today. I didn't feel like it was for a younger audience. I felt it was mid-audience. I mean, it's a sci-fi style adventure
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I don't know if I would call it a. I think it was kid friendly or young adult friendly
definitely
at the time.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I don't know if I would call it only a young adult show. I would definitely call it an adult show as well.
Yeah,
It was,
but I think that may have been part of the problem was probably demographics.
Right.
Mediocre Modeler, there was it's a secret organization. It's like an oceanographer's dream secret organization that he gets recruited into, right? So it's like some kind of like I don't know some group that studies ocean issues and so they're government funded and they recruit the Man of Atlantis when they discover him, and then there's a whole bunch. There's a bad guy. There's a recurring character, and then there's all kinds of ocean related issues that he's involved in.
And Patrick Duffy was a big fan of the show.
Oh, was he?
Yeah. So in 2016, he wrote a novel titled "Man from Atlantis."
Really?
Yeah, I'm going to have to find that
wow.
novel.
Oh, that's interesting.
So yeah, he had it published in June of 2016. So it's not
Did not know
been that long ago, but so you could tell he was a fan of the show.
Oh wow!
It would be great to talk to him about it. But
imagine.
Yeah, so
that would be cool.
But he did his own version of Man from Atlantis. I'm gonna have to find that book. Let me see if I can find it on Amazon.
Paul says Victor Bono, King Tut was in it. That's interesting. Yeah. Of course, Carl puts in that didn't make that big of a splash. LOL. Good one, Carl. Thank you for that. Of course, Munchie mentions old Batman episodes were the best. I think so, but don't tell that to Mr. Useland because he hated the old Batman, and that's why we got the Batman we have.
Yeah.
And let's see. Not enough people tuned in. All right, Calvin, please. What do we got? No
Ready?
Aquaman. That's right. Oh, you got the book?
Yep.
Is that the book?
That's the book.
Oh, but boy.
Kindle, $4. I've got points, so $4.49 after credits. But
he wrote that?
Yep, Patrick Duffy.
No.
Novel by Patrick Duffy.
Oh boy.
And, let's see, read more.
That's
It says,
cool.
dive deeper than ever before. Discover the origins of the Man from Atlantis. When TV unveiled the series Man from Atlantis, no one knew how, where, or why of Mark Harris. Over the time, the show's star Patrick Duffy formulated his own version of history of Mark and his people. Dude, he wrote a fan fiction.
Oh,
That's really
boy.
what this looks like it's going to be.
Yeah, but it's by the star.
It's
man.
by
That
the
is
star.
So cool.
I mean, and you don't get that often. So that's really exciting.
Nah, almost never.
Unfortunately, it's not an audiobook, so
Oh, that is cool.
I might have to actually read this book. So
Kazuo, that's right. We all watch this stuff. Absolutely. The actor writing a novel. That is cool, Paul, right? I mean, come on. Not many do that. Richard Hatch did it, but not
well,
many.
and you find those are the rare and few far between actors who become fans. They're and we always talked about that, and I you always hear me say it. It's, there's some actors that when you ask them about questions about the show or whatever else, they're hey, I was just an actor. I was there to get paid. And you guys know more about that than I do. And then there's fans. There's I guess Patrick Duffy you can count as a fan. You can count Richard Hatch. You can count. We mentioned him tonight. I'm drawing a blank. MythBusters.
Adam Savage.
Adam Savage. He's a fan of all science fiction. I mean,
Rob,
Yep, go ahead.
Rob Baum says William Shatner has written a few Trek books, but he's not really a fan. He's not a fan.
I don't believe he. You've talked to him.
I've read a lot
at cons and everything. So
I've read a lot of his books.
Tech Wars and everything else. I think he just loaned his name out, to tell you the truth. In my opinion.
He's
in my opinion.
No, not a fan.
In my opinion.
Not a fan. Great actor, and he had to come to terms with. There are two good books about how he came to terms with the whole Star Trek craze and the fandom, and because that's not something that I mean, he would go to shows. I mean, I read a couple of books not too long ago, and he talked about how he would go to the early conventions, and he doesn't go there. He goes there to tell a certain amount of stories, and those stories, after a while, they get old, right? So like, what do you say after you told, the fact that you stumbled between shooting day 1 and day 2, and
Right.
and you ripped your shirt or something? It's like, that's he's not a fan. He knows he is the captain, and so he had to come to terms with that, which was interesting. As a matter of fact, Gene Roddenberry's son grew up in the shadow of Star Trek, and he had to come to
Right.
terms with stuff too. 'Cause he wasn't a fan either. He was very way younger than we are, and I don't know. It's just interesting that some of these guys have done really well because they portray whoever they do. They're not fans. That's okay, and so be it. I
Yeah.
mean,
Well, who
it's
else is a
cool.
big fan? And I know we're going to go away from Patrick Duffy here shortly, but Henry Cavill. So
Oh yeah.
we were just talking about
Oh, my
Warhammer
God.
40K,
Yeah.
and he's leaving The Witcher, which is everybody's upset about. I got it.
Yes. And he was
and
he was
he's-
actually gonna
he's-
go do Superman, and it didn't work out for him, right?
And here's the news article that the streaming giant for Amazon has closed the deals on the right to the miniature war game, and Henry Cavill will be donning the red cape, but he doesn't have a new gig. He's going to be the actor in
Yep.
this show. So
Yeah.
I think
So
that's
it's
maybe
Amazon
maybe
thinks-
this will help me understand, the whole
Yeah.
Warhammer 40K verse.
That's right. Hey, Baz, what's up, buddy? Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate it. I got to tell you, they've been trying for decades to actually come up with a movie, to make a movie. They did
Right.
they did an animated one, and it was crowdfunded, and it was just I don't know, it wasn't that good.
It didn't
I
go that
could've-
good.
Nah, it wasn't that good. I thought
didn't watch
they
it.
could have done so much better. It was full of cliches, and I was tropes and stuff. But and the animation wasn't that good either. They had some trouble finishing it. But somebody like, I mean, everybody said forever, like, why can't you just do a Warhammer movie? There's so much material. Just make a Warhammer. And now it took somebody like Cavill to do it, and I'm sure it's going to be done well because he's in it. And,
Right.
he's executive producing, and that's fantastic. He's going to hopefully do justice to the franchise. And now, even if it's a
I think he'll bring-
6-run,
Yeah.
right? 6 episodes for the season.
I
would
think
be
so.
great.
I think the season's that's weird. It's Battlestar Galactica. A season's most of the time is 24 episodes. I Dream
Yeah.
of Jeannie, 24 episodes. Bewitched, I think it's 32 episodes for a season. So
Insane. Insane.
back in the day, those were all your episodes, but nowadays it's like Netflix sort of 6 episodes is your season. So it's like come on,
Yeah. Yeah.
So it turns into be, I think it feels like a movie in parts.
Right.
So, but the great thing
Hopefully.
is you can sit down and binge watch the entire thing, and you get the entire movie.
Yeah.
So, I just
it's
did
going to be
that-
fantastic.
Yeah, I just did that the other day with Wednesday. So
Oh, okay.
I
What'd you
watched
think
the
of that?
entire Wednesday. I loved it. It's fun.
Oh, did you?
I get it.
Okay.
I get it. It's probably geared for young adults.
Yeah.
Probably 20s, 30s type adults. That's young, I guess, for me. Oh, that's sad. You young whippersnappers.
Oh, boy.
So yeah, but it's geared for them. But I'm kind of into that. I love Riverdale and those kind of things. So Sabrina the Teenage Witch, that was a great thing. So, but I think Wednesday was a fun romp, and the actress. I'm sorry, in that, I guess, is that what they let them call them now? They're still actor.
Actors, they're all actors.
They're all actors now. I'm sorry, I'm old. I'm not keeping up with the times. She did such an amazing job. I was blown away with the talent she had for that. All of the some of the old stuff they brought back in from the Munsters and things like that. It's just
Addams
amazing.
Family?
Yeah, the Addams Family. I meant.
Addams
Yeah.
Family. Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
So.
Baz agreed. The 40K universe is just like he says, ripe for the picking. It's there. All they have to do is, and now the technology, the way you can use the green screening and making, the armor, you can do it out of foam. That we've seen how great that stuff is. So it's well within possibilities. And when you have talent, you can really do a good job. So, like he mentioned, Baz mentions how DC has been terrible, and how can a world, an industry where there's you pay to get the best minds to come up with stories, and you can't get writers, you can't get people to do this. It's sad. It was like, what does it say? Horus Heresy as a TV show, oh my god. Yeah, any of that. I mean, you could punch into anywhere in the lore of the 40K, and I mean, it's incredible. You pick a chapter of any of the Space Marines and some of their heroes, or I mean, so the thing is that Cavill supposedly is a big fan.
He's also
of the
executive producer for this as well.
Yes, executive producer.
So he's a fan, and he paints the miniature. I think it was a couple of shows. They like, they always ask him, "Do you paint miniatures?" I said, "Yeah, I paint miniatures." He's like,
and
"I'm a geek. I get it. It's okay."
Oh my god! So if Chris, he's a fan of the Custodes, which are the bodyguards of the Emperor.
Right.
They have special skills. Oh boy. Oh man, I hope that's who it is, and not the Black Templars. The Black Templars are like moody guys.
Yeah.
I don't. They're not one of my favorites. The Ultramarines are my favorites, but followed by the Imperial Fists, the guys in yellow that I showed.
There's
these guys.
This is the Custodes. I just pulled it up so I know what the heck it was. So.
Oh, the Custodes, yes, they are the. They're gold. Their armor is gold, and they're all these Space Marines and warriors are genetically enhanced, and the Custodes are, superior because they are bodyguards to the Emperor himself. So, and there's 10,000 of them, and there's always 10,000 of them. And now we're looking at an ad for.
Yeah, I was trying to get rid of this ad down here. It wouldn't let me get rid of it.
Yeah, see ya. All right, no free ads for no product placement. Get rid of that. Anyway, if Cavill is a 40K nerd and holding the wheel for live action, then I don't know what more you could ask for. Baz, agreed. Let's hope that this plays out.
Yeah, I think it's. I think if we had the same opportunity with
Galactica.
Yeah, Galactica in regards to Apollo and his story, Richard Hatch's story. Richard Hatch was a big champion for the Galactica, as most of us know. So hopefully Cavill is the big champion for 40K and can carry it across the finish line. Unfortunately,
I hope so.
We don't have as many. We don't have we have a loyal following for Battlestar Galactica.
We do.
But we don't have the ear of Hollywood as of yet. So, but we're going to change that with our show, our movie. We're going to put a Hollywood on their ear.
Well, we're going to showcase talent, and one of the things that I wanted to share with everyone is the fact that I wanted to be able to like show off what we've done with ourselves as fans, right?
Yeah.
So we've grown up with this favorite show of ours, just like Star Trek and Star Wars fans have grown up doing their thing, and they've proven themselves. And many of the Galactica fans have actually done fan films, but nowhere near anything coming close to what Star Wars has done or Star Trek. And so we wanted to also be able to, throw our hat in the ring and do a little homage to our favorite Battlestar Galactica, but we also want to showcase the abilities of the fandom and what we've grown up to become and what we're able to do, and show that this stuff is alive and well, and that it deserves a second shot and a look at what can be done. If the fans can do this, then and that it's if we can look. Bottom line is, if we can actually get enough attention and show that people are interested in this stuff. That maybe it'll push the rock in the right direction, and who knows. But at the minimum, it's a showcase. We're gonna have a lot of fun with this,
Yeah.
and
Let's see if
it's
I can.
fun. It's just a lot of
I
fun.
was going to see if I can find the picture of the. You
Of
got the helmet handy?
I have the helmet. I have it. Yes, I do. You want me to show it?
Just quick.
All right.
Yeah.
So this is the setup, guys. Here on IFB, we want to keep you guys up to speed and up to date on what's going on. And what's going on is that the Tipsy Toaster production company has committed to actually putting together a Battlestar Galactica 78 fan film. And the production company, Tipsy Toaster Productions, has gone ahead and commissioned a hero helmet. And so Chris, as one of the executive producers and president of the production company, wants me to show off the helmet. I will. And it's made by the prop master, who is Kelvin from the Mediocre Modeler, who has his own show. You guys know him on Facebook, YouTube, and the like. And he made this helmet. It is going to be used. It's the hero version. It's going to be used by the Star, and we started casting, and we have the support of an award-winning filmmaker and actor, Mr. George Zuvalos, who is actually also producing, and he's going to be starring in this. And so he's bringing his talent and his resources. He's behind this. And with that said, we've now been able to cast a co-star, and there's a bunch of other actors who are lining up to be in our short. And as we cast them, we're going to be putting that out. But we also need to share that for this to be done right, guys, we're going to be putting together a Kickstarter or a GoFundMe. We're working on which one of those two, because there's going to be a lot of post-production, and we're going to be sending this out to film festivals, and we're going to be going to conventions with it, and we want to create a little bit of a buzz for Battlestar Galactica, especially since next year is going to be one of the anniversaries. And so we want to give back. We want to entertain the fans. We want to entertain ourselves and everybody else. But there is a certain amount of expense to go with this, especially getting uniforms and, of course, making props. There are expenses, renting cameras and lights, locations, feeding everybody, not paying anybody anything, but we still have to, locations and things like that, green screening and all that other stuff. There are expenses to do this and to do it right. Otherwise, we wouldn't do it at all, right? We want to honor the legacy of Battlestar Galactica and, of course, Glenn Larson, right? So in the end, this is dedicated to Glenn Larson. And Chris, if you want, I'll reach up and I'll get the helmet.
Okay.
And it's
so
incredible.
while you're doing that, I'm just going to say, everybody, if you haven't had a chance yet, please support us by at least following the page. So let me show you the page real quick. This is called The Stranded Warrior, based on the Lost Warrior that was in the Battlestar Galactica franchise. We're doing a lot of studying in regards to some really cool stuff, crossover stuff with a lot of symbolism, a lot of different things like that. So I think if you just help us out, hit likes over here at The Stranded Warrior, so we can build that community over there. And any new stuff that's going to come up, any new props that we do, any pictures, those kind of things, will probably come up on Stranded Warrior. And eventually we'll have things that you can get because we're going to do the GoFundMe thing. So, if you donate X amount of dollars, you get this, and X amount of dollars, you get that. And I think one of the things we're thinking about doing is probably the top things we're looking at in regards to making money, and the GoFundMe would be raising money. That's it. Making money is not the right words. Thank you. Raising money for the production is we'll actually be giving away this helmet probably with with everybody's signature on it. So Pete has it, so we'll go ahead and roll over to the beautiful bean footage. Dun dun dun. So we did an entire unboxing. If you haven't seen that, that's over on the Stranded Warrior. You can watch it there. And we also explain the symbol at the top, why it is what it is. So we explain that one out during that unboxing. So fantastic job. I think we're very excited about it, and I'm having a great time researching just some of the stuff that we want to put into it, and a lot of, we've crossed over into Caprica. Yeah, we've crossed over into Caprica. We've crossed over into the original Battlestar Galactica, and we've crossed over into even a little bit of the new. I know some of the people out there don't like the new, but we kind of stole some information from the new and show from Caprica is in there. So we've got some really great things in the script that reference back to that, and I think it's going to be fantastic. I wrote the script with Pete, and I hate to say it, but I think it's freaking amazing. We had a great time writing it together, and I think we've come across and found specific things that we want to cover in it. And this is probably going to be part 1 of 2. We're looking at 2-parters because it just was so big. We didn't want to make it just a short film. So we want to do a short film, but we wanted to make sure that. Oops, I guess I put myself back in there. We wanted it to have a good storyline as well. So the short piece is probably going to be around 20 minutes each, and I think we're excited about it. I wish I could share the entire story with you and how we envision it, but then it wouldn't be any fun later on when you got to watch the show. So, and we're working hard at it. It's a passion. It's a passion, and we're throwing a lot of our own money into it as well. I mean, we're throwing thousands of dollars into it, of our own money into it. So hopefully we'll make you proud, and I just can't wait. Finally, a decent. Well, I can't say decent. I haven't. Some of the other ones are great too, but I think a serious look at a Battlestar Galactica 1978 fan film is something that needs to be done, and we're excited to do it. So.
Oh yeah. Well, look, the idea is that we've taken an episode, a beloved episode from the original Battlestar Galactica, and we created a prequel to it, and like I said earlier, we're casting as we speak. We have very, very talented actors that have read the script and are on board. So with a little bit of help, we're going to make this happen. We have 2 super talented CG individuals that are with
volunteering their time, which is
amazing.
Yes,
Chuck Davenport and Chris. We are grateful. They've already started working on the project. It's been a while now, but they've started. Dave Francourt, thanks for joining us live. Appreciate it. And so we're getting there, guys. Slowly but surely, our next stage is actually getting onto a Kickstarter, because I think one of the biggest expenses, of course, besides getting some of these props made, is the uniforms. The costumes. We definitely got to get costumes for everybody.
So we're changing the patches out to the Martin's patch. If you ever watch the show, you'll see Martin's patch in the actual show. So if you haven't watched the show in a while, go back and find it on buy it. You can buy it on Amazon or put it in your DVD player and watch The Lost Warrior. You'll see the patch from the show.
If you look carefully, you'll see it.
And then Somebody was just asking. I just missed it. It moved up on me. Where's the Solaris emblem from? That's our own Battlestar. So
Yep.
that's going to be Martin's Battlestar because Martin was never associated with any particular Battlestar. So we created one of our own, and the Solaris emblem is got 8 rays of sun out of it. And believe it or not, that emblem also has a big Greek history in that as well. So there's a number of elements in Greek history that's going to be in there as well. And like if you watch Caprica, they actually the Capricans actually speak Greek in the actual show. So if you rewatch Caprica, if you ever get back and watch that, the Halatha and those people are actually speaking Greek.
Actually, in the movie, in the original Battlestar Galactica, they also speak.
Oh yeah,
they do speak Greek as well. Yeah.
I miss where.
Oh yeah. When they go below deck and they're checking.
Oh, that's right.
When they meet Cassiopeia.
Yep.
Yeah, she can translate. They're speaking Greek. Yeah.
That's right. I forgot about that.
It's in the original, so this is not something that
Right.
it was that we're pulling from the reimagined. It was there all along, just overlooked. So we're going to make sure that we keep that part of the lore alive, right? I mean, the fact that there is this deep link to Greek mythology.
And the sword for the Cylons is actually a Greek style sword. And the curtain in the back is also a Greek style curtain for the Cylons. So there's a lot of crossover
Tony,
with history into there. I think it's really a nod in certain ways, but it's also fun for super fans like most of you all are out there that want to research a little bit into it. I mean, I found out some things about the emblem just the other day. So that how it was Macedonian, or maybe it wasn't Macedonian, and you go and hit the old interwebs, and you can squirrel for hours learning about different things.
Oh yeah, it's
Which is
really
so much
really
fun.
cool. So we're gonna try to tap into that. I think it's a really good, a solid script for a short. It's going to be 2 episodes. We're going to be filming. The first episode will be the space part of it, and then the other episode will be the rest of our vision and our story. And we're going to be doing it. We're making it happen. And of course, we expect you guys to come along for the ride. You're going to have a good time when this finally comes out. Of course, it's going to be shown at all the conventions that we can, and we're going to try to, keep the fandom going. This is our way of paying back, especially since next year is going to be an anniversary year.
Exactly.
Holidays are coming up. I know Hanukkah is on now as we speak, but Christmas and New Year are coming up. And I found this online, guys. I don't know how many of you actually discovered this as well. And so, Tipsy Toaster, Merry Christmas. You get one of these.
You'll be getting yours. You'll be getting gifts shortly. You'll have to show them when you get yours.
This is actually from the 35th anniversary.
Yeah.
And so somebody must have found a case of them. And so I picked up a couple. And this is the Cylon Centurion mini bobblehead. So I don't know if any of you guys have them. Sound off. Tower Protocol remake is in the works as well, Tony. And that's going to be one of our other projects. Is going to be actually a part. We're going to be working. We're going to be doing a couple of films, a couple of novels, a couple of things. We'll keep you all in the loop. We're going to be doing a sci-fi film based on a project that I had done, and Tony just brought that up, and it's going to happen. We're going to pull in some actors and add some new lines and script, and we're going to script out a little additional story and bring back the old Tower Protocol as a flashback. We're going to use the bulk of it as a flashback. So it's going to happen. So if you're around, I will let you know. So yeah, it's going to be cool. It's going to be cool. We're going to be working on this. We're going to keep you going. Baz, our mythology came from their history, not the other way around. And the original never flew in the sun or been to Earth or nuked Earth. Yes, no kidding. So yeah, you guys are going to enjoy it. I can promise you that. The story, we worked hard on it, and it's a good one. It really is. And Chris, you have the script with you?
Do I have the script with me?
Yes.
The I don't have it with me. No, I left it at the other one. But I can tell you,
oh man,
I reread. So I was lucky enough. So it's the Lost Warrior.
Yes.
Is one of the scripts that extremely hard to find.
Yes.
You can go to a number of. You can go to a number of places, and I think one of them is Hollywood Scripts.
Correct.
And
that's a big one.
And you can buy a digital copy of just about every script for Battlestar Galactica. Not just about, not all, but almost all of them. But one of the scripts that you cannot get, or two of the scripts you cannot get that I got, was the Tombs of Kobol. One of the scripts they have, and one of the scripts they do not have. So I think they have like part 1, and they don't have part 2, or
Right.
they have part 2 and they don't have part 1. I don't remember, but I was able to find the one that I was missing there, and then I was also able to find the Lost Warrior, which is not available there as well. So it's great to be able to read something like that and go through it, and it's a final draft. FD it's called, final drafts on those, and it answered a lot of questions. So we look at it and. I've watched The Lost Warrior. Oh my God! At least 20 times.
Yeah.
And pick it apart every single time. So, oh, they said this, or there's specific. What pistol the guy has, or what kind of cosplay uniforms they have. We have a cosplay person who's looking at recreating the tin hat that's silver, and we had to get pictures of that for that, and the Western wear, and then all of that is in there as well. So that's pretty much the second part of what we're looking at. But a couple of questions you always came across was like, one of the ones I always came across was like, okay, so in the story he has Martin's pistol,
Right.
so he killed Martin.
Right.
How did he kill Martin?
Right.
So one of the things in the script that I found was he rides in on the horse, and the horse is described as, it's pretty much the exact same thing, but on his back is his rifle.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It says in a scabbard, so it's either on his back or it's on the horse. So
Right.
that kind of answered the question in regards to how did he kill Martin?
He was
So
armed.
He was armed. He had his rifle. So you can watch
Which
the
is so
show
cool.
20 or 30 times, but you'll never see a rifle
Not
there.
gonna see it. Nope. Not
So
gonna see it.
That was
But it's
kind
meant
of
to be.
a really cool thing. And then a couple of misglibs in there so also in that same scene when he rides up, Vela, which is the woman, she asks, he's like, did you hear the sound, or do you know where the sound is, or did you hear do you know what the sound I seek? And Vela asks him in the script, asks him, why isn't Lacerda out here? Is he afraid of the dark? And Red Eye replies back, yeah, probably. It's like, what? So those are just a couple of things I found in there. We'll have to go through the script piece by piece, I think, later on.
Yeah.
And just
should.
look at it. It's a
We
fun
should.
look to see what they took out. Even though it's a final draft, there's still some stuff missing from
Yeah.
that script. So I
Yeah.
think it's fun to go through those. And I think I was just lucky enough to find one. And it's exciting to to me it's exciting. Some people are like, you're a total nerd. It's exciting to me to find just a simple change, a line change. I'm like, oh my god, freaking out, running around the house, screaming, "Oh my God!" That kind of thing. So
Yeah, which is cool.
it's
cool to us.
Yeah, it's
It is
really
what it
cool
is.
to us.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Which is so cool that you found it. I remember when you called me, you told me that you'd gotten one. I was like, I can't imagine what we're gonna find, if anything,
Right.
in that script, because it's really, really hard to find. I mean, we had even devised a plan to approach Chris Pappas, who was one of
Right.
the greatest collectors of Battlestar Galactica memorabilia and actual props and scripts. He had a full collection and doubles and triples, and he would
Yeah.
trade. And I was like, man, we gotta get that guy. We gotta find out. How long was Martin on the planet before he came across Red Eye? Well, we're gonna talk about that.
Yeah. Bite my
Yeah,
tongue.
we're that's part
That's
of our
part of our movie, or part of
movie.
our short
And
short.
you'll
Yeah.
get to see it. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
it's
part of
gonna be great.
our vision of that as
It's,
well.
it's gonna be great, guys. You're gonna find out, Jeff.
But you can, if you rewatch the episode and listen, she says how long it took. There are mentions of yarns and how old Puppis is and how old he was when he was shot, and you got a general idea of how long he was there.
Yeah, more or less. But you got to watch it like so many times. Yes, Baz.
Yeah, you gotta pick
we
it
all
apart.
are nerds. Yep.
Yeah, we're all nerds, and Baz
That's what we.
is a super fan. So
Yeah, super
I-
fan. So we.
I haven't seen
that's
any.
what we did.
I haven't seen any pictures lately. Maybe I've missed them. I know he's fiberglassing
probably missed
still.
them.
So
Yeah. No, we probably missed them. But yeah, so we're getting close to the holidays. It's understood, guys. I hope
Yep.
everybody is
So-
safe. There's a storm, and
Yeah.
that's why Tiny Bean Tara couldn't be with us. There is really, really bad weather hitting here in the United States. And so that's why she apologizes for not being able to make the show, which is understood. And then there's all different types of ailments and viruses that are still, the flus and the colds. John 1 is under the weather. John, if you're watching this now or later, get
hopefully you feel
better.
better.
Yeah, John 1, our anchor, who helped actually get the Iron Warrior on tonight. So thank you for doing that. And, that's always great. We appreciate all that. And to all you guys, stay safe out there, because it's, the
But
weather
before we
is...
sign off there, Pete, what have you asked Imperious Leader Claus for? What have you asked Imperious Leader? What are you hoping to get from Imperious Leader Claus this year?
Oh, good one.
Got to have the
good one.
Imperious Leader Claus, because he's the one that'll get you the things that you want.
Oh, okay. All right. So you can, yeah, whatever. You're
it's-
slightly
What?
slightly
Slightly?
delusional.
No.
Slightly.
And then of course, what we as Cylons, want for Christmas.
Okay.
Right.
Yes, go ahead. Let her rip. Rob already predicted this,
This
is not going to be.
We
ahead.
all we want is peace on Earth through annihilation of man.
And you want to be able to meet and interview.
That's Tipsy Toaster's one. Yes, meet and interview Marion Johnson. She will be the only one we do not annihilate. She will. She will be.
What can I tell you,
Captivated.
Baz?
Yep.
Rob, see, fell right down that trap.
Yep.
No questions asked.
Hey, here's Pete. You ready? Here's Pete. Pete's an elf,
Excellent.
and then of course,
Yeah.
there we have
Yeah,
the Tipsy Toaster,
Yeah. of
decked out in
course.
all his Christmas attire. Even his belt is red and green. So
Excellent. I did want to share that I went to the movies and saw Violent Night.
What? Violent Night?
Yes.
I don't know
Oh,
what it
come
is.
on.
I'm sure it's a horror movie. Sounds like it.
It's American Christmas action comedy film starring David Harbour as Santa Claus, who fights mercenaries on Christmas.
Well, that can't be as good as the bad movie I watched the other day on Netflix.
Oh, dude,
or
this is
on
great.
Amazon.
It's
Is it
a
that?
little
Is
bit
it a bad movie? Like
It's a
like
Die Hard little. It's Die Hard Christmas. Santa Claus Die Hard, and a little bit of Home Alone, and it's excellent. It's good.
hopefully it's better
I
than
enjoyed
Santa
it
Jaws.
thoroughly. It's good.
Santa
Why
Jaws
not?
is on Amazon, and it's
No, this is better.
Amazingly
than that,
bad.
I'll tell you that much. The DC Joker. Yeah, I don't know, Baz. We'll see. Chris has a dual identity. Yeah, Marin's kind of guy. Yeah, I think so.
that's it.
Munchie, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah.
It's 2:45. Good night to you. Merry Christmas. Appreciate the support and the comments, chatting it up. You're welcome anytime. You can catch us in reruns. We enjoy it. Thank you. Fran says Santa Claus versus the Martians, classic bad movie. Thank you for that.
Oh,
Now
I have to try that one.
Oh, that you've never seen that?
No.
Oh, that's a good one. Oh, it's a great B movie. Oh my God, gotta watch that.
Cool.
Highly recommended, guys. Oh, I remember seeing that as a kid. It is good. It is good, bad, very good, bad.
Ow.
So, oh my
Ow.
God, that's great.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Ow.
What are you doing? What
I'm
happened?
getting clawed.
By
Sorry.
the alien cat.
Alien cat. Yes.
Alien cat. Hopefully, the alien cat will show you. Oh, Merry Christmas! Thanks for the stream, Paul. It's always a pleasure.
What?
Paul Rotter is Commander Kane, well known throughout all of Galactica fandoms. Is also the founder, one of the founders, and admin, if not the founder of the Colonial Warriors on Facebook. One of the very, very well known Facebook groups out there from the Pacific Northwest. Watches us every week. We've met him. We've hung out with him. A good friend of ours, as is many of you guys out there, including Sean Shallow from Battlestar Bulletin Board. Don't forget that January 6th we're having the marathon.
That's
I'm
right.
lining up guests and
To include
Eric Larson.
and
Eric Larson is
another
coming to the show.
another
He's
trivia.
confirmed.
Yep.
Yep,
Another
he's going to do a little bit of trivia. Robert Baum is going to be on.
mediocre.
Mediocre's coming. He's going to do an interview. Wishing all a very Merry Christmas and holiday season from Lola. Coswell, thank you guys. Merry Christmas. We're gonna have an episode. We're having a show next week.
Yep.
Don't forget. But in the meantime, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah to everyone. Stay
Kwanzaa,
safe.
whatever it is you celebrate, even if you don't
Whatever you
celebrate Christmas,
celebrate.
it's fine too. It's a
Absolutely.
time of the
Yeah.
year that we all want to remember family, and
Yeah.
you are our family.
That's right. You are. Merry Christmas,
Yep.
Chris.
Merry Christmas. And you
Silent bobblehead.
wait till you get yours. You're going to hate me.
Oh,
Anyways,
of course. I'm sure it's another Jar Jar Binks. It's got to be, because what else could it be?
that's right. All right. So as we always, there's your silent Buddha. Oh. So
All of the wonders of the world and space to all of you. You are my new family. Fran, you are ours. Nighty night, guys. Lola,
Yep.
Jeff. Is silver and gold Cylons this year? Hopefully it is.
silver and gold. You know what we forgot to
Baz
do?
and Chris Laskowski, Carl Cullenschmidt, George G, and George Zuvelos, all you guys, Mediocre Modeler, Tony, all of you guys, everybody who watches us comes on, every week for those that come on live. There's thousands of you that watch us afterwards. We thank you and wish you all the best for the holidays. But we have our small little family here that watches us live, and we have a lot of fun with you guys. And you put up chats and comments, and we try to get to as many as we can. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. And of course, to the Iron Warrior Cosplay, who is
amazing.
on.
Another
Amazing.
great, great person who is fueling the fandom.
Oh, absolutely. Rob Baum, you take care of yourself. Lola, take care of yourself. Everybody, I'm just looking real quick to make sure I try to get all of you guys, Jeff Walters and John McCartney, and all of you guys that are always on here.
Al Cannon, Al,
Oswald and
get
Al,
better,
yep.
buddy. Take care of
Yeah,
yourself.
get better. Silver Bells, Cylons rule.
That's,
Oh, man.
I was just about to say, that's the thing we forgot to do, but we're going to do it probably for the new year. So maybe during our 12-hour marathon.
No, it's a 6 hour, but that's what we're doing. Yeah.
Maybe during a 6-hour marathon, we'll ask. We'll put up a post here in the next couple of days for you to put up your Battlestar Galactica related Carol
Yeah.
clean
And
Carol
we'll sing 'em. Clean. We'll sing them. Yes,
and
we'll do 'em.
we'll get with maybe we'll get with Eric and we'll sing the best one. So we'll pick the best one out and maybe we'll sing it with Eric and that'll be fun.
Oh, that'd be great. Oh, we'll have a
That'd be
really
fun.
good time. Oh, let's do that.
Yeah.
Hoping Pierce Leader brings me and Triple T a case of Slick 50 this year. Okay,
Dang
Jeff,
right, that stuff's good.
Galactica 80 Adama Santa, Peace on Earth, and
Yep.
get this Dr. Wee off this Battlestar. That's right, Paul. Agreed 100%. Everybody, take care.
Y'all are
Please be
amazing.
safe.
Thank you.
Yeah, we appreciate it. We had a really, really good year this year, and hope to see you all on the next show.
Yep.
Which is will still be in 2022, but to all
It
of you,
should be
Merry
the
Christmas.
29th. So
That's right, the 29th. Take care, everybody.
all right.
All the
Here's to you.
best.
Once again, it is important that you're here, and we want to salute you, fans for the
Absolutely.
fleet.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.